Hey there, Susie here. Welcome to this week's Member Spotlight. It's Monday morning here in Sydney as we're recording, and every Monday morning I love to introduce you to one of our HerBusiness Network members. You get to hear a little bit of her background, but you also get her wonderful expertise. And the person who is joining me here today in just a moment has essential core information for your small business. So stay tuned. I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you've got a good week plan for yourself. We are today 4 weeks out from HerBusiness Live, and HerBusiness Live is our annual big kahuna event for women business owners. It's specifically for women who run and own a business. And we have brought together world-class speakers and experts and mentors and brainstorming and networking all into this fun-filled virtual day. And we've got women from all over Australia attending. Now, if you would like to join us, just head on over to herbusinesslive.com for more details. So that's herbusinesslive.com for more details. We have incredible offer available right now, which includes not only your ticket, but a bonus ticket and a bonus 12 months membership to the HerBusiness Network. Crazy, but available right now. So head on over for more details. As I said, on Monday mornings at these member spotlights, it is always my pleasure to get behind the scenes of a small business, to see how another businesswoman is growing her business, is how she's putting herself forward, what problems she solves for her customers. But also each one of my guests brings to the table some of their worldly advice, which can be really useful for you and your business. And today we're talking a little bit about numbers. So it's going to be very exciting. My guest is Arpana. She's a member of the HerBusiness Network. She's been a member for about a year now, and she helps small business owners to keep on top of their bookkeeping, their accounting, and their taxation, and providing solutions at a fixed fee structure. We're going to be talking more about that a little later on. For now, please make her very welcome. I'm hearing a virtual applause, Arpana. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm not hearing anything. Okay. Arpana, can you hear me? Hello, hello. I'm not hearing anything. All righty. So can you hear me?
Oh, hi. Yes, I can hear you.
Hi. Oh, my goodness. I've been saying hello for about 2 minutes. Hopefully we haven't lost our crowd. Here we are, everyone. Our partner's in Melbourne. There's a lot of demand on the internet. And so her connection was, I think, disconnected for just a minute. But now that you're here, tell us about your business.
So my business provides a complete accounting, taxation, and bookkeeping services to small to medium business owners to help them save time and headache with ATO. We do this by providing a fixed fee structure. So we do not charge by hourly. Everything is just on a fixed fee.
So people know what to expect. And you said your ideal client is small to medium businesses. Can you tell us any more? Can you be any more specific about who your ideal client is? Because it's always important to know who we want to work with.
Of course. So we usually work with startups and small to medium businesses less than 50 million turnover, Australia-wide. I specialize in industry mostly for service and retail business. So we do not
service and retail businesses. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. And what problem are people usually having when they come across your business and they're looking for services like yours?
So the most common issue we see when the clients come and see us is they are either behind with the ATO compliance, so they haven't done the GST or they haven't done the taxation, or they are behind with their paperwork, so the bookkeeping is not up to date. And we see most of the owners really stressing about it, having sleepless night. So that's where my team comes in and tries to solve the A to Z problem and provide a nice big package so that they can get all the services that they need at a reasonable price.
Great. And how long have you been in business?
This is my fifth year.
Fifth year.
That's it.
Fifth year. Congrats. It goes very quickly.
Yeah,
it goes very
quickly. It does, yeah.
Now,
I just completed fifth.
You mentioned that sometimes people are behind, and I mean, I know that we see that every day, especially if we're not the money type of person, that finances can be the last thing on the list to get our attention because it's not our area of expertise. So always important to use experts for what experts are for. And certainly finances is not your thing. You want to be talking to Arpana and her team. Now, I know you've brought some great tips and advice for the women who are here watching today. So over to you.
Yep. So it's usually people see accountants or any other professional service uh, as a distraction, or as they usually say that the budget is not there. We cannot hire full-time bookkeepers, or we can't have professional services. So I usually tell the clients that accountants or any other professional service is an extension to your business rather than a cost to your business. So if you can get better advice before you start your business, or even in your startup, if you can get better advice from an accountant or from any professional service, whether it's marketing or business development, that will actually drive your business further and actually will help you to grow better. So that
Talk to me about financial literacy. Talk to us about financial literacy.
Yes. So I'm not sure whether you are aware, but a lot of small to medium businesses do not know how to read a basic profit and loss or a basic balance sheet, what the numbers are telling them. So this year we have, and I've personally started doing some financial coaching to teach the client, to teach the small business owners how to read the financial data. Because if you don't know how to read your financial data, you wouldn't know how to make the right decisions. So we actually explain to them what a P&L means, what your data is telling you a story. So read the story and then narrate, go forward in your business. Most of the people wouldn't even know, I'm not talking about the complex tax law, but just reading a basic profit and loss is so important. Just knowing whether you have done better than last year, how your budgets are going, whether you're comparing with your budgets, and all that stuff. What's your highest score? Is your marketing giving you a better return on investment? I mean, that's something we all spend money on.
Right. And one of the things that I have found, and I do see this all the time, is that because finance has its own language, just like marketing has its own language. We talk about lead magnets, conversions, funnels, landing pages. Finance has its own language, and that's a language that we need to learn. It doesn't mean we have to become the bookkeeper or we're going to be doing our own numbers, but what Arpana's talking about is being literate enough, understanding that language enough to be able to know, am I doing better than before? Is that $1,000 I just spent on Facebook ads or $100 or whatever it is, did I get a return on investment on that? Or what can I expect my cash flow to look like over the next few months based on the marketing activity that I've got lined up and based on my history of how well that marketing activity might do? So that's one of your pieces of advice. What else have you got for us?
The second piece of advice, I would say, keep on top of your bookkeeping. Keep top of your GST, superannuation, payroll, tax. Not knowing is not an excuse with Australian Taxation Office anymore.
They don't go for that one.
They don't go. You cannot just say to them, "Oh, I didn't know that I had this obligation." If you are a small business owner, before you start, you are required to know what your business obligations are. And not saying that I did not lodge my GST for last 3 years is not an excuse. So most of our clients, some of the new clients that come through the door is they're usually behind in the tax, or they're usually behind in the GST. And Susie, now the Australian Taxation Office is getting very tough. So the penalties are quite high. So if you do not lodge one activity statement, there's an $880 penalty straight up. And the penalties are not reversed because you didn't know your obligation. So it's very important to know. I mean, we are all growing our business, but at the end, you don't want Australian Taxation Office to come in and stop your business because you didn't know.
You don't want to be on their radar.
You do
not want to be on their radar.
Exactly. You don't want to bring up those audits, those red flags that is going to stop your business operation, especially when you are trying to grow your business. So it's very important to understand what your tax obligations are. I understand it's quite boring to know what you have to do, but that's where, if you have a good advisor, if you have a good accountant who can really refine your processes and tell you that these are the obligations, whether it's work cover, whether it's GST, or whether it's payroll, or whether it's new SDP system that has come last year that most of the clients were not aware of. So it's the technology is changing quite rapidly, and ATO is actually, with the help of technology, is doing a lot of cross check. So a lot of people think, oh, we are not going to get caught, but we have
Mm-hmm.
seen those people who are caught and who are under the audit framework. So it's quite important to understand your obligations.
And as a small business, I might be recording my numbers, say, in a spreadsheet. But I know that one of the things we're often recommending is that as your business gets a little more sophisticated, that you do invest in some sort of bookkeeping system and have someone who knows what they're doing help you set that up, give you the reports that you need. So talk to us a little bit about the importance of having a good bookkeeping system.
Yeah, so yes, that's right. A lot of people are still using the Excel spreadsheet, and yet all the bookkeeping systems are quite reasonable price, which they can afford. But a lot of people are using on Excel spreadsheet or a shoebox. Just putting receipts in a
Right.
shoebox.
Is that still happening? Oh,
It
that
is.
worries
It
me.
is. With the very sole traders, such as small sole traders, business are still doing that. But there are systems that they might not aware. Roundup is just a $10 a month for sole traders.
Right.
That they can do the bookkeeping. The reason I advise people to have a good bookkeeping system, because that's your actual input of data. So if your actual input of data is not correct, the output won't be the right decisions. So for having the right, capturing the right expenses, the right income is very important, because when you're trying to analyze the data at the end of the year, it will actually produce the good results. We have seen a lot of systems that are not set up properly or to do those kind of reporting to, a lot of clients says, oh, we want to do a KPI reporting on our customers to see which customer is bringing more revenue. But if your input is not correct, or if you do not have that system that can grow with your business, it's not going to do any good to your business. So we usually say that don't go for the cheapest system of bookkeeping, but think about where you want to take your business. Is your system going to grow with your business? That is so important, because a lot of people just buy the small business, Excel spreadsheet, or just a small business, a small system just to capture the normal receipts. But if your system is not growing with your business, then what's the point of having a system? Because you want to do those KPI reporting, you want to do those comparison with the budgets, you want to see how you are performing. You're not going to stay in your small niche. You want to grow your business.
Right. And if you want to grow your business, that means bringing on team, different suppliers, contractors,
That's
virtual
right.
staff, etc. The more complex your business gets, the more robust you want your financial system to be. Because when you're just a solopreneur, you can be a little bit messy. Not, again, that we recommend you do that, but the moment you have other people accountable to you, then everything changes. But also, if you sincerely want to grow your business, being on top of your finances. And I'm not a money person, Arpana. And so that was something I shelved for the longest time. But now not a month goes by where I don't look at those numbers. But it took really committing to, I don't have to be, I'm not going to do your budgets for you. You never want to ask me to do the financials. That's just not my area of strength. But it's having people around you that can help you decipher, that can help you deliver the reports that you need, so that you're looking at the key things. And there is no shame in that if that's not your strength. And some of our members are total numbers geeks, but either way, you want to have experts on your side. It's not something that you want to be trying to do on your own. So in a moment, we're going to talk about the different services that Arpana has and how you can make those available to you. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about, I mentioned earlier, you've been with HerBusiness for about a year. You've had your business for 4 years. You've got an established business. You've got clients. You're doing business. What have been the benefits to you so far of being part of our community?
I think, as I said, that I'm trying to grow the team right now, but I was a sole entrepreneur, so it was nice to get a lot of resources. I'm not usually active in your roundtables or anything like that, but I do go back and watch all your podcasts or watch your Face Live whenever I have time. Because with 2 little kids, it's just it gets tricky with time. So I've got a lot of resources, a lot of technical expertise. Last week somebody was talking about having, I think it was Nadia, talking about having a professional service. Nadia, I think she provides businesses with full professional services, like if you need to hire HR, if you need to hire someone, she provides this kind of service. So it actually gave me access to a lot of expertise in the network, which I can tap anytime. So if I need a marketing lead, or if I need someone to do my PR, so I can actually tap in this network and get that help. I'm not here for referrals, but mainly to drive myself from a sole entrepreneur to just an entrepreneur, where I'm moving away from my everyday job and becoming that looking at the overview, because I think that's what I need at the moment, and that's what I'm getting help from HerBusiness. Recently, I did enter awards, Women in Finance Awards last week. And I didn't know how to promote. So I think I went on your website, and your help people just said, oh, there's a podcast that Susie did about the awards and how to do a PR. So I listened to your podcast, and
That's great.
So I hired a PR. And from that, I think I've got a lot of free publicity. So I wouldn't have done that if I didn't hear your podcast. So I think for me, that kind of resources is very important, especially when I'm such a sole entrepreneur at the moment.
And you've got little kids, you're balancing a few things. So, so it's great to have somewhere to tap into. And I just want to highlight the things you said is you're not looking for referrals right now, but what you're looking for is resources. Okay, I'm entering some awards. How do I get PR for myself? Or I'm needing this service or the other. And what I love about our community, it is a community of women business owners. They're all looking to support each other. They're all looking to do business or to refer business. So it sounds like you're in the right place. Now, tell us, how can people...
I'm definitely in the right place.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell us tell us a bit about the products and services that you think might be relevant, especially to the women who would be watching this video.
Okay, so the services that we provide, as you would know, an accountant would provide a full bookkeeping, taxation, accounting services. We provide we do all the compliance for you. So if you are not sure about your payroll tax compliance, or your work compliance, or your super compliance, you can definitely come to us and we can advise you on that. The important thing about my business is we do tailor-made packages. So there's obviously the fixed fee, Susie, but there's tailor-made packages where you can, include certain services together. You can bundle it and be on that retainer. So instead of getting a bill at the end of the year, you can do the retainer. And the best thing about the retainer is you get unlimited email and phone support. So say, for example, you're standing in a shop, I've seen a lot of clients standing in the car yard, and they call me and they said, okay, Arpana, this car is going to cost this much, what do you think, and all that. So they get on the spot advice. So they are very accessible. So they can definitely call direct to me. So that's the benefit of going into a retainer, because you get so much unlimited telephone and email support, and all your services are bundled. So you can sleep at night knowing that, yes, there's a team who's going to take care of all my compliance, and plus give me the right business advice when I need it.
I love it. I've never heard of that before, that on tap sort of email and phone support. That's fantastic. We've got the URL right here. If you are watching this as a replay, know that we're going to have this URL somewhere, wherever you're watching, whether you're watching this on our website or inside of Facebook, so that you can contact Arpana. Arpana, thank you so much for being my guest. What would you like to leave us with?
I follow the 4 P's in my life. So have passion for your business, be persistent in your business, have some patience. There will be teething problem when you start your business. And people, I'm big on people. Have the right team of employees and advisors on your team, because I've learned the hard way. I can't wear all the hats. So now I have got the right advisors on my team. So I've got the right marketing leader, right PR person. And so it's very important to have the right people surrounding you. Otherwise, you
give me those 4 P's again. Patience, people.
So persist. The first one is passion for your business.
Passion, great.
Love what you do, because I love what I do.
Great.
And persistence, keep on it, because and patience and people.
That's the hardest one for me.
I think it's hardest for everyone.
And people.
I've got kids, Susie. I've got kids, so I'm very patient.
Yes, you need to be. Selena saying, Arpana, good to hear. Love your tips. And Sarah saying, so many resources available to us when we need them. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Susie.
That is the lovely Arpana. Go ahead and check out her business. I'm going to put the link here one more time for you below. And as I said, we'll put it right here on this page so that you can find it a little later on. I love those 4 Ps. Passion. These are a little bit very much in line with what we believe. Passion, people, surrounding yourself with the right people. Arpana's doing that with her own team, but also being part of the Her Business community. Persistence. That's that grit. That's that chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. And if you're a business owner, right, magic doesn't happen overnight. It is about that being persistent with your goals. And patience, which, as I said, is not one of my virtues, I must say. But I have enough grit and enough love for what I do that I do hold out for the good things to happen. A couple of things I wanted to mention. Yeah, great, Adriana. I know the team's here welcoming some of you who are watching here live. A couple of things I wanted to say. Firstly, getting your numbers in order is so important for you. Even if right now you think, oh, well, I'm not really making a whole lot of money, maybe it doesn't matter. But if you can see, where am I spending my time where I'm not getting a return? Where am I spending too much on marketing or on team or on services or on anything? Because part of it is reducing your costs, but part of it is also making money. Right. And as someone, for me, I'm always around, where do I invest my time and energy where I'm going to get the best return on investment? That's how I want you to think about your numbers. And investing in someone to do your bookkeeping, to make sure you're getting good financial advice, to make sure that you're complying with the ATO and that your BAS is in and that your taxes are in, all those things are going to hold you in good stead, especially as you're transitioning from being a micropreneur, if it's just you and maybe 1 or 2 people, to, a solopreneur, if it's you and 1 or 2 people, to a micropreneur where you have a team of staff. And for those of you who are micropreneurs, you've got 2 to 15 staff. So important, because especially if you're growing really quickly, things can fall apart because you can be having a whole lot of cash flow, but there's a leaky bucket. Right. And again, I've seen businesses who have a whole lot of cash flow, but at the end of the day, they're not making money. Or at the end of the day, they end up closing the doors because there was too much coming out the other side because things weren't being managed. So I don't say any of that to scare you, but rather to really look for the support that you need. Getting expert advice is part of being an entrepreneur. You don't have to figure it out on your own. That's why we exist. That's why we make these sorts of sessions available to you. That's why we offer training and mentoring, and that we have our members connecting with each other and offering each other support, because you shouldn't need to do it on your own, especially when it comes to money and finances. The other thing I want to let you know is that members of the Her Business Network are participating in Her Business Live, our annual event coming up on the 12th of October, and it's included in their membership. But if you are not a member and you are watching this, here's what I want you to know. When you buy your Her Business Live ticket right now, over at herbusinesslive.com, I'll put that up here, herbusinesslive.com, you not only get your ticket, you get a bonus ticket to bring a friend. So if you've got a friend who you think, I know she's trying to grow her business as well, wouldn't it be great if we attended together? Then you're going to get a free ticket for your friend to come along. Plus, you will get 12 months membership to Her Business. So when you buy your ticket, you'll get 12 months membership to Her Business plus 2 tickets to Her Business Live. That offer is only available for a few days because 2 things. 1, we are getting ready. We are putting together your conference packs and your conference gift boxes, and we want to get those out to you. And so we need to know if you're coming. And so just head on over to herbusinesslive.com and let us know. The event is on the 12th of October. You'll find all the details over at herbusinesslive.com. I hope to see you there. If you've enjoyed today's session, then give us a thumbs up, add a little comment below, let Arpana know that she did a great job being here and putting herself out there. She was telling me before we came on that she hasn't done a whole lot of Facebook Lives. This is something new for her. So she really stretched herself to be here. So I'd love it if you would give her lots of what we call the lift up move, which is just acknowledging her and encouraging her for having put herself out there, saying yes to the invitation to be here live with me today and doing a great job of sharing her expertise, being providing bookkeeping and accounting services to her clients. You're awesome. Have a great week.